Hello, everybody. Going to stage and play the Where Are All Our Children that Donna created for us while we wait for others to come in.
All the children in Canada tonight, underneath the northern lights, hidden from our sight, we keep a candle burning, a constant, faithful glow, hoping that they feel the love where the cold winds blow. Be safe, little one, wherever you may be. The heroes that you need are hoping to set you free. We trace the river valleys, we climb the mountains high, sending up a whisper to the vast and endless sky. A drawing left unfinished, a favorite teddy bear, gentle reminder stared, hanging in the air. A parent's heart is aching, refusing to give in, praying for the day when the searching finally ends and they can hold them again. Where are all the children in Canada tonight, underneath the northern lights, hidden from our sight? We keep a candle burning, a constant, faithful glow, hoping that they feel the love where the cold winds blow. Be safe, little one, wherever you may be. The heroes that you need are hoping to set you free. Does the silence feel too heavy? Do the shadows look too deep? Remember all the promises the family meant to keep. We are looking, we are trying, across this spacious land. We need strong hands to help us. We need everyone to stand. Where are all the children in Canada tonight, underneath the northern lights, hidden from our side? We keep a candle burning, a constant, faithful glow, hoping that they feel the love where the cold winds blow. Be safe, little one, wherever you may be. The heroes that you need are coming, waiting to set you free. To the parents waiting by the phone, you are not in this alone. Bring them home, bring them home. Let our heroes rise. His grandma was watching him boots planted. Creek searched, no neighborhood were checked. No cameras were looked at. No geofencing used. His grandma just turned around for 18 seconds and then little Dylan went poof. Truro police looked for 6 days. Why weren't the planted boots checked for fingerprints? Or even DNA Dylan's mom don't speak to her mom anymore? Was it traffickers? Or did neglected to check all avenues because they choose to check the easiest thing was the body of water? He is still missing. Does he wonder if his family is looking? Does he still remember his daddy's voice? Does he cry at night when it's dark and scary? Why cannot Canada do better by the children? They need heroes to come along and bring this children back. They need their parents to hold them tight. Stand up, Truro. And the RCMP, throw those guilty, sick members of your offices and government out the damn door. Our children need a hero. Let it be you!
Oh, I love that song. Thank you, Miss Donna. Thank you, Miss Donna. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for joining us. So the devil has officially entered the room. You know the number 666? Well, in my shuffle into where Mr. Martell's mind's at, what's going on in his mind, we got 3 6s. Just a secondary message, 3 6s. I got 6 of Pentacles. I'm going to dig deeper and we're going to watch his interview and I'm going to pull cards during his interview. We're going to stop. I want to just check in with the energy and what he says and see. I'd love to see the body analysts, body language analysts. In fact, I should email them and ask them to cover his latest interview post sexual SA. Whoops. You know, I can't say assault charges. 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles is in his mind. And thank you, everybody, for being here. Again, my baby's army, sweetie. Thelma Binkley. Sorry, some of your names are hard to pronounce. Whoever's in the bushes, welcome in. So 6 of Pentacles is about exchange of energy. And it can also mean it's like it's reciprocated, like you want to have a reciprocal relationship. But it can also mean unexpected advantages and offers and financial support or earthly, like material support in someone's favor. So to me, we're going to dig deeper. Like I said, one of 3 things is on his mind right now, and I'm going to go further. But he's thinking about how he can exchange information for a sweeter deal for himself, which is absolutely brilliant. And, you know, Daniel, if you're watching, I know you have watched, I would suggest, yes, brother, because they're going to get you anyway. You know, hand over the information about Jack and Lilly, give yourself a sweeter deal. I think people just want to find justice for these kids. They deserve better than this. Let your conscience come clean. He's also contemplating how he can get away. 6 of Swords is about escaping to higher ground, a better situation. Literally, this girl's running away. How the hell can I get myself out of this situation and into a better situation? And this is kids. This is kids. Daniel's thinking about kids, Jack and Lilly. That's the 3 primary cards about what's going on in mine. I'm going to get clarifiers on these, and then we're going to pull up his interview and we'll pull cards. How y'all doing? Hey, Wendy, how y'all doing? How are y'all doing today? Thank you for those of you that are coming in and joining us twice today. Appreciate it. I appreciate you. Whoops. Frying pan, trouble accusations, deep personal strength and peace that assures success in a valley. I wouldn't get, I wouldn't bet on that right now, but maybe that's where he's trying to get to. I don't know. I'll get clarifier on that. But I think the deep personal reflection on how he can achieve success is absolutely going on in his mind. And yeah, trouble and accusations. Yeah, that's 100%. We know that. That's factual. A distant friend is thinking of you. Oh yeah, he's thinking about how loyal that disloyal people will be to him, who will talk. This flipped. Just going to show you. I don't know that it's got any relevance. January, but well, we're February, so unless this is what we know came out with respect to January when he was charged, January 26th. So that's what's on his mind. Let's watch the interview and see what the interview says. Let me. How do I do this? How do I do this? Choo-choo-doo. There we go. Not so hard. Not so hard, is it? Let's watch. It's so theatrical, Daniel. The walking, January 29th, not 26th. My apologies. Oh,
Okay, Daniel. So what's the latest with this case?
this was January 6th. I thought this was an interview. Oh, my apologies. This interview with Daniel was conducted January 6th. He was charged on January 29th with sexual assault, and forcible confinement involving an adult complainant. He has not responded to requests for comments on the charges.
Okay, Daniel. So what's the latest with this case?
I think we're going to have to dive into some questions so I can, really try to answer that, because, there's so much. But what I can say is my blood was taken or drawn, and they got a few drops in my blood for that, to check my DNA, because my DNA is obviously going to be on the blanket. But
the DNA was on the blanket. Hello, Donna. DNA was on the blanket. So interesting. Tell me if you have a question, you want me to pull cards for a specific question. Let me know. I'm not going to do more than like 3 times. I'm not going to stop more than this is a 14-minute interview, so I'm not going to stop every 2 minutes to do pull cards, because we have 3 other videos we're going to do this too. So if you have a question, put question and then what it is, please. Thank you.
I can't really disclose, and I'm pretty limited on what I know about the blanket at this moment. But I can say, with the DNA collection, it's something's definitely proceeding forward with that.
How did that go when they took your sample? Did they take you into the station?
Yeah, it was done at the station. An investigator did it. They have an applicator, which, they hit the end of your finger with it, just like you were testing for your blood sugar. Just, pinch the end of your finger, and I had to squeeze for 20 minutes to get some blood out. But after we get those 4 drops out,
is your blood
put in.
You had to squeeze for 20 minutes to get blood out, Daniel? Really? Is that an exaggeration? Y'all, do you think that's an exaggeration? Let's just ask the pendulum. Did Daniel have to squeeze for 20 minutes to get blood out? Yes or no, not to the benefit of my ego. Did Daniel have to squeeze for 20 minutes to get blood out? Yes or no, not to the benefit of my ego. No, he did not. I just thought we'd do that for fun. Jesus. I need, sorry, I should take that back. That's a very inappropriate word to say. I gotta upgrade to a plan where I can get all these buttons and sounds, because sound effects for this, like the nose growing moment would be just so cool right now.
Put in a envelope and then plastic bag and then sealed up for evidence.
Do you know of anyone else who had their sample taken?
No, I was never disclosed any of that.
You're the
Nor do
only
I ask
suspect.
because I know I would not get an answer in return.
Right. You've been asking questions.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I don't know why. I feel jovial. I feel so elated. I'm not going to hide behind it. I truly am so happy to my core that he has been charged. Anybody else feel this the way? I understand all people are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. I get it. I totally get it. However, I vehemently believe he is a complete narcissistic, violent addict who terrorized those children. And Donna, kiss and tell, eh? Kiss and tell. No, I am excited. I am excited. I truly am excited about this. So yeah.
Yeah, I ask a lot of questions. Sometimes they can't answer.
And was that voluntary, or did they?
That
call
was
you?
100% voluntary. They never have to get a warrant to do anything. I'm always cooperative. Just like in the past, I keep asking them, do you want my phone? Do you want me to do more polygraphs? Like I'm open to everything. And I always tell them that. They say, Daniel, no, we don't need your phone. Daniel, no, it's not necessary to do any more polygraphs. So at this point, I'm very cooperative, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when they did up the paper for consent on my DNA, you know, they fill in the paper, you know, May 2nd, missing persons case for Jack and Lilly. And then they go through it. And then there's the box checked for criminal involvement, no criminal involvement. And they check the box for no criminal involvement. And I put my signature on it. And then where's my consent?
How did you feel when you saw that box was checked?
Very happy. But I've known for, you know, since the start that I'm 100% innocent.
He says it. I'm gonna rewind here, just in my language training. Yeah, yeah, allegedly. But when you hear an upward swing, it's uncertainty. So I'm gonna rewind that. And so I was a salesperson in training, right, to be a coach, and was a coach and trained at high level before becoming a coach in sales techniques with Keller Williams. Keller Williams Realty is known for their training in real estate. And one of the things they taught us is when you're on a listing appointment, or when clients, or when you're negotiating, you do have to take control of the situation, and you do have to deal with people's emotions. And man, I've seen it all. And so if you want to command the space, you want to answer and end the sentence in a downward swing. Like my friend is alone versus my friend is alone. When you go upwards, it's a question mark. It means you're not certain about what you're saying. It can also show deception because it's answered in the form of a question, not in a commanding downward downtone, if that makes sense. So listen carefully here, because there's an upward swing when he says, and then I'm going to pull cards, that he was relieved to see the check mark on the box, because that meant he was cleared from being a suspect in so many words. Listen to the upward swing, and then I'm going to pull cards, because he is lying here. He knows he's not cleared as a suspect, in my opinion.
For, you know, since the start that I'm 100% innocent. But to see investigators say that to me before, but then also, you know, see it visually with my own eyes, it was a big thing.
So it's your understanding you believe.
See investigators say that to me before, but then also, you know, see it visually with my own eyes, it was a big thing.
So it's your understanding you believe that RCMP do not consider you a suspect?
I'd say 100% I'm not considered a suspect at this point.
Why is that?
I mean, from that box being checked. But we can also go back to when I had my polygraph exam. When we went over the questions beforehand, all the questions were on death, right? So they concluded that by the end of it, I was truthful with all my questions or all my answers. So I didn't have anything to do with the murder of Lily and Jack. And there was no questions on the disappearance or abduction or kidnapping or anything of that nature. So
I mean, he's almost, I'm going to pull cards. He's almost, yeah, concentrate on his, thank you, honey. Oh, I like those little marks. Yeah, I was going to answer welcome to the space, welcome to the magic carpet ride, because yeah, I did do some reflecting between the last live and this live, and I am stressed out in my life, and I'm trying to be less stressed out in these videos, Donna. So yeah, you did catch um the vibe shift here, but also some of that. My baby's army says concentrate on his eyes, lips, and arms, hands, and body movements. Absolutely. Wouldn't you love to see the behavior panel do this? Watch his lips. Hey, Marie Curie, thank you for coming in again, honey. Yeah, mouth. Smart story. Thanks for coming in again, honey. We're not going to be too long today, but I definitely just want to get his energy today. We're going to get inside his head, but let me pull cards on this, because let me just go back. We're going to watch back, and I'm going to pull some cards on his self-assuredness. Is he really that self-assured of his innocence? Let's go back a little bit.
paper, May 2nd, missing persons case. The paper for consent on my DNA, they fill in the paper, May 2nd, missing persons case for Jack and Lilly. And then they go through it. And then there's the box check for criminal involvement, no criminal involvement.
Watch
And
for
I
the
check the
up
box for
here.
no criminal involvement. And I put my
Listen for the upward swing. That's a lie.
signature on it, and there was my consent.
How did you feel when you saw that box was checked?
Very happy. But I've known for, since the start that I'm 100% innocent. But to see
Innocent?
investigators say that to me before, but then also, see it visually with my own eyes, it was a big thing.
That's
So it's
power
your understanding
downward.
you believe that RCMP do not.
So he's convinced himself it's a big thing, but the uncertainty of innocent?
Consider you a suspect?
I'd say 100% I'm not considered a suspect at this point.
Why is that?
At this point?
I mean,
At this point?
from that box being checked. But we can also go back to when I had my polygraph exam. When we went over the questions beforehand,
No worries, ladies.
all the
No
questions
worries,
were on
ladies.
death, right? So they concluded that by the end of it, I was truthful with all my questions or all my answers. So I didn't have anything to do with the murder of Lily and Jack.
Okay, let's stop it here. Does Daniel really believe? Hang on, let me just find a way to make it. Does Daniel really believe? That'll be better for now. Does Daniel really believe he's innocent? Like I said, I'm not going to pull too many because we'd be here all day, because there's 3 interviews. They're short, but 3 more after this, rather. Okay, does Daniel actually believe he's innocent? What does Daniel think about his involvement of Jack and Lily's unaliving or disappearance? I don't know why I said that. That's interesting. That just came out. Like, not even, I didn't even think it. It just flew out. Again, I'm really sorry. I'm surprised now, because I've not really been 100% certain in that. I've been trying to remain hopeful, maybe, that they aren't unaligned. Although I did say they were buried in a barrel. That's true. Oh gosh, I guess emotionally I haven't connected to that yet. Okay, what does Daniel believe? I mean, the cards are like tight, so Daniel does not want to disclose his inner thoughts about his involvement. I think that's a message in itself. Like, he is trying to convince himself maybe that he is not involved with the Jack and Lily's death. There's a young energy, young male energy. It's like always Jack. It's always Jack. It's always Jack. The cards are like, it's like, ugh, there's another young energy. The knight and the knave. Two young children. What does he believe with respect to their deaths? I'm going to, about his involvement. The energy just that he's been successful in communicating his innocence in the communications. That he's been successful in his communications thus far. Let's get some clarifiers. Kangaroo, unsettled times, need to plan ahead. Yeah, no kidding, Daniel. No kidding, Mr. Martell. Flag, do not be tempted to lower your standards. Oh, is he back and forth on whether or not to cop a deal? Let's find out from the pendulum in a minute. Is he wondering about whether to cop a deal? Success, new creative ideas for a successful outcome. Oh yeah, the sun. Yeah, happiness and his well-being. He is trying to figure out how to get a sweet deal for himself. That's exactly what it is. He is trying to see how to get a better deal for himself. Just make sure. Is this an accurate interpretation of these cards? Yes or no, not to the benefit of my ego. Is this an accurate interpretation of these cards? Yes or no, not to the benefit of my ego. Is my name Bob? No, so that's a yes. Daniel, is Daniel getting nervous? They will find the children. Yeah, it's a great question, honey. Yes, thank you. Is Daniel getting nervous? Thank you, my dear. Is Daniel getting nervous? Which deck should I pull from? Donna? Which deck for that? Is Daniel getting nervous? I'll ask the pendulum too, but let's see. Daniel getting nervous that they're going to find the children, yes or no? Admiration. Sunflowers are also on the sun card, which is a yes and represents the sun and light. Yeah, revelation. Revelation. The revelation card came out. Yeah, so this is sun. I take this to mean in the interpretation like the sun. Sunflowers are representative of wisdom and knowledge and light and revelation. Yeah, that's amazing. So yeah, see if I can find a sun deck to show you. I don't think it's on this one. There's no sunflower here. But yeah, exactly, Donna. All is going to come to light. Exactly. Okay, let's move on. I'll put the video back up and keep at it.
And there was no questions on the disappearance or abduction or kidnapping or anything of that nature. So that leaves me with, I didn't murder the kids. I have nothing to do with the disappearance because they did not ask any questions on that.
And so you mentioned that in the polygraph, they didn't ask you about the disappearance.
Look how he qualifies it. I didn't do it because they didn't ask any questions on that. Like, that's how it comes across. Like, I know that's not what he's saying, but that's how it's like, he's just
And so you mentioned
interesting
that in the
dude.
polygraph, they didn't ask you about the disappearance and whether you had anything to do with it. But I'm going to ask, did you have anything to do with the disappearance of Jack and Lilly?
No.
Did you kill them?
No.
What do you think happened to them?
At this point, I'm completely just not sure. I mean, I've thrown speculation out in the past and, narratives that I think, or theories that, what I think may have happened. But at this point, I have to just go with what the RCMP say because they have so much information. They have more resources, and they're the ones that are fully invested in this case. They have the, intellect and professional training to do what they do. It's been 8 months, and I know a lot of people think that, the kids are not alive anymore, but I hold out hope 100%. I'll always hold out hope every day because there's no reason not to.
Do you think it's criminal?
Yes. But it will not pivot to a criminal case or a criminal investigation from a missing persons until they have a suspect and they're going to be investigated and then, formally charged.
Do you get any sense from
Formally charged. I mean, he's almost like afraid to say the word formally there.
RCMP that they believe this is criminal?
Yes, but they don't openly share that or talk about that concept with me. It's pretty limited. They use the least amount of words they can to convey what they're trying to get across or questions or.
It's just dumbfounding that he didn't think he was a suspect. You're not in Kansas anymore. His red shoes, yeah, they look orange to me, but yeah. Oh boy.
It's usually me who tries to dive in depth with them, but they're pretty tight-lipped on everything, and they should be.
How many times have they officially interviewed you?
Formally interviewed. The very first one was about 4 hours, and since then, I'd say about maybe 5 times. I don't know the count exactly, but probably around 5 times.
And when was the latest one?
The latest one would have been, on the blanket. So, and the actual formal interview for that wasn't very long. That was probably about 20 minutes. But the amount of time I spend with them is a lot because we go over a lot. It's just me asking questions and how can I help them, and so it's usually like an hour and a half to 2 hours. I only plan on being there for 20 minutes or whatever they have to do with me. But it's just like we just keep talking.
And so when you say interviews, that would be recorded on the record interrogations?
Yeah, that's the audio recordings.
There have been allegations from Malaya's friends and family that you were abusive to her. Were you?
No.
They said that when she moved in with you, she cut off all contact with them and you monitored her phone.
She also monitored mine. We both had the same passwords on her phone, and her friends, she blocked her friends on my phone and she blocked them on her own phone.
So how would you describe your relationship before the children went missing?
Yes. I don't really want to talk on that because I don't really want to talk on too much to do with Malaya. It's best that we don't.
Okay. And so you mentioned that there were some accusations about your past.
It's best that we don't. I'm just hearing this interview for the first time. I mean, I don't know. You guys all probably heard it before. What date was it released? 4 hours ago. Wow. So it is new. Okay. Wow.
Past drug use.
It's best we not talk about Malaya. So this was recorded January 25th, and he would not talk about Malaya, knowing these charges were coming down the pipeline on the 29th. Likely, he thought better of it because he has not been shy in social media circles talking ill of her.
I've read some things about it being drug use that week, the week the children went missing. Is there any truth to that?
No, I didn't have any drugs. And Major Crimes knows that. Or they would have, charged me with possession of drugs or drug paraphernalia. There was nothing at the house. So, and they know that.
What is your history in terms of the drug use? What would you like to share, just to clear the air?
I did not have any drugs. People thought I was doing drugs during the search. Absolutely not. I don't owe any drug dealers money. I don't owe anyone drugs. I'm not a drug dealer. I don't manufacture drugs. Can't really speak on anything more than that.
Those have been all the.
Okay, hang on. Did I just actually hear that? Did I literally just hear that? Come on. He didn't just lie on national TV. I mean, do we have screenshots? Do we not? Do we not? Okay, you guys have to, I'm relying on you in the chat. Do we not have screenshots of him admitting he was a math user? Okay, I thought so. So listen to how easy it is for him. It is for him to lie. Thank you. I didn't think I was losing my mind. Wow, 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 wow. Let's just rewind that. And I might have to interrupt this just to answer the door, or I'll just let it play and rewind it again when I come back. But listen to this narcissist.
I don't owe any drug dealers money. I don't owe anyone drugs. I'm not a drug dealer in the search. Absolutely not. I don't owe any drug dealers money. I don't owe anyone drugs. I'm not a drug dealer. I don't manufacture drugs. Can't really speak on anything more than that, I
Those
guess.
have been all the accusations
Yeah.
made at you.
That I have, manufactured drugs, sell them. I give them to people to sell. It's crazy.
No drug party that night.
No, there was no drug party. There was no leaving during the middle of the night. When we pulled into the yard on Thursday afternoon, it would have been about 3:50 or just right before 4 o'clock. The vehicle did not move till the next morning until I got in it and went searching for Lily and Jack that morning when Malay was on dispatch.
What a lying piece of you know what. I have to stop. What a piece of you know what. Didn't you? I bet you he would say he didn't touch Malaya either, but he's been arrested for all the charges that he's arrested for. I bet you he would lie about that too. I bet dollars to donuts he would lie about that too. See, this is why I was so excited at the beginning because I know in my body, in my fiber, that there's something he is, going to be found to be in, it's just my belief in relation to Jack and Lily's disappearance, and I'm here for it if that's the case, and it's just my opinion, my speculation. I know he's innocent until proven guilty, but I do believe that this is the start of them getting something from him in this direction. Let's keep listening.
Or contacted dispatch.
How have all of these allegations impacted you?
At the start, it didn't bother me because they're obviously all not true. Basically anyone can just go on there and say whatever they want without any recourse at all. And over time, it started to get to me because it's just constant, right? I tried to keep up on it all and tried to, tell everyone the truth and correct everyone, but it was just too much. When those groups start to get so large and there's thousands and thousands of comments and thousands of questions every day, that's too much. Then you have YouTube creators, they just go on and, they basically become delusional. They have their mob and they look to destroy, or they're completely obsessed with me.
Oh my God. 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 You look like such a Jack, you know what? Like, this is 23, what? No, this was January 6th, so 23 days prior to your arrest, dude. You look like such an you know what now. Oh, this is so beautiful in some ways. Your sheer blatant ability to say falsehoods on camera is very telling.
In the case.
Yeah, I mean, what have you learned about the true crime community?
That it's absolutely vicious, and I said this word a lot, but obsessive. And a lot of those creators in the true crime community, it's like basically, talking to like a barnyard animal, I guess you could say. They don't add any value other than just being there.
Do you feel at this point things are getting worse? Or has it eased up at any point?
The community is becoming more aggressive with their conspiracies and theories due to my lack of engagement online. I've received numerous death threats, and Major Crimes has notified me on that, and they're working hard to basically get them under control and find out who's doing them.
How are these death threats coming in?
I mean, I get them daily on my phone. That's a normal thing, but Major Crimes was aware of them. I'm not sure if they came in for tips, call-ins, or some other way, but they didn't want to dive into that. They're pretty limited on what they can tell me about any of it. I mean, basically because
Okay, if this is the case, that's definitely not cool. And I hope nobody in our community would ever do that, because nobody deserves death threats. But I you know, I definitely don't think the community are a bunch of nut bars, Daniel. I think the community has evidence and are reacting to things you have personally put out there, dude. So you are much like your friend, Mr. Jordan Geddes, very delusional, and not able to receive responsibility in any way, shape, or form. That is so abundantly clear here. You are the kafakel that went and said all these things that contradicted you and Durwood. You guys made a mockery of Jack and Lilly. You know, you jackass. So you look like such an a-hole right now, pointing fingers at people because we dared to question you because of your inconsistencies, dude.
You know, they don't want me to get worried and everything like that, but pretty serious stuff, I guess.
How are you dealing with that?
I'm dealing pretty well with it because, you know, nothing really scares me in that aspect. It's been 8 months and I don't really put much thought into where much, you know, I don't recognize it as, you know, having any impact on my life personally. But I imagine a lot of individuals are probably like scared for me, I guess, because, you know, they care about me. But for me personally, I just see it as like another rock that skips off the water. There still is, you know, people with big hearts out there and open minds, but they're not on there posting. But I do have loyal supporters and I appreciate every single one of them.
So now that we're coming up, getting to 9 months in this investigation, what's your sense? Where do you think the case stands?
I think the case, it's moving forward, but there is so much information to, you know, really, you know, examine and really go through before you can complete this part of information and move to the next. And I mean, there's so many tips being called in, and then there's tips that are absolutely useless. Like when you see me out in public, don't call in a tip. I mean, that's just total nonsense, because you're slowing down the investigators and you're slowing down the social media team that they have. And, you know, or the guy checks the tips and reviews the tips. I mean, you slow him down when you're just putting in tips that say, well, we seen Daniel at a gas station buying a Gatorade, because that has happened.
Right. Wow. What would you like to see happen with this case?
I would like to see it closed and Lily and Jack found safely, and someone is charged with criminal offenses.
I forgot to unmute. Anybody in the chat believe he is innocent in this? Why would they actually send death threats? Listen, anybody sending him death threats should not do that. That is not cool. It's definitely not cool. I just, he's paying the victim role here. I just don't understand how you know, I wonder if he would be just as convincing and self-assured in his answer regarding the charges. I so wish that had been asked before the arrests.
Because that's what you think will be the result here.
Yeah.
You don't think they're in the woods?
No.
Have your own theories shifted at all along the way?
They have, but they always come back to what I originally thought. After I just, you know, go over all the information so many times, or lay in bed and go over everything in my mind from the very beginning to where it is now, the theories in my mind change, but I still have to go with what RCMP say, because they have the most information on the case.
I just got to go to the door. This is going to run out, so you're going to have to be dead air for a minute. Sorry, guys.
And I know that's their job to bring justice for Lily and Jack and to bring them home safely.
Okay, everybody. Sorry about that. Murphy's Law, yeah. Look, other videos to play, but it has to come right in between. Okay, so whew, these are the interviews from family. Hang on. They're going to have ads on them because they're on news pages. So let me just catch my breath and shift. Here, okay.
Soft smiles, frozen in time,
So
now
sad.
just memories.
You wonder every day where they are.
The mother of missing children, Jack and Lilly Sullivan, Malaya Brooks Murray, has faced intense criticism online for staying quiet. But now, 9 months after the children disappeared, her inner circle is speaking out.
Her behavior to a lot of people may seem odd, but until you're in that situation, you really don't know how you would act.
Robinson says Brooks Murray hasn't been doing well. She's lost weight, taking it day by day and out of the public eye.
I guess if you know Malay,
This actually makes me sad because I have my firm belief on this. You may not, and a lot of you don't agree, but yeah, we talked about this on the Malaya stream. If you weren't there, go watch it.
yeah, that isn't out of the ordinary for her. That's just who she is. She was always quiet.
6-year-old Lily and 5-year-old Jack were reported missing from their home in rural Nova Scotia last May. It's a mystery that remains unsolved despite days of searches and an extensive investigation by RCMP Major Crimes. Brooks Murray's mother says the past 9 months have been torture. Cindy Murray didn't want to be interviewed on camera, but she told CBC the hardest part for her family is not knowing what happened.
It's just a nightmare. I can't describe it. It's mental torture to figure out like how come it's taking so long.
For a year and a half, Brooks Murray lived with her
Yeah,
common law partner,
I can't imagine. I honestly, nobody can relate.
Daniel Martell, in this home with Jack, Lily, and their baby daughter.
As part of the investigation, police asked Brooks Murray and Martell about their relationship. Their statements are detailed in search warrant applications that were sought early on in the case. According to court documents, in the weeks before the children were reported missing, the couple had been fighting about money. An affidavit filed by RCMP to request a search warrant says Brooks Murray told police Martell would take her phone from her when she tried to call her mom, which would sometimes be physical and hurt. Martell told RCMP there was no physical violence.
Robinson says the day the children went missing was the first time she saw where the family had been living. She was shocked.
Just the condition of the house. I mean, she had left because we weren't leaving her there.
On January 29th, Martell was charged with assault, sexual assault.
So that's been confirmed, right? A lot of people speculated that she left because her mom told her to go. That's a very interesting statement. I know, it's so sad, Dion. I know. It's so, 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 so sad. I know. We're gonna do a little prayer at the end of this live. We're gonna watch this video, two short other ones. I'm gonna pull a few more cards and we're gonna do a prayer. So yeah, it's very sad.
Assault and forcible confinement related to an adult complainant. He has not responded to requests for comment on the charges, but in early January, he sat down for an interview with CBC. Martell says RCMP took a blood sample from him in December, and he says there was a box checked on the consent form that said no criminal involvement.
I've
Thank you,
known
ladies.
for, since the start that I'm 100% innocent. But to see it visually with my own eyes, it was a big thing.
Cute.
Cindy Murray says RCMP don't provide many details, but as time ticks on, it's harder to be patient.
I hope that they're checking every avenue and doing as much as they possibly can.
The head of major crimes in Nova Scotia says it's not easy keeping his cards close to his chest, but they have to protect the investigation.
As far as I'm concerned, it's not going to be a cold case. This is a case that needs to be solved, so we will pursue every avenue. available to us to ascertain what happened with Jack and Lilly.
Ali Thompson, CBC News. Hello.
Here I have been talking and talking this whole time. Hey, Wolfie. I I don't know what I was even starting to say. Was muted for so long. Baby looks 200% better now. Oh gosh, I hate StreamYard. I hate StreamYard. Anyways, I was just saying how this case beats me up emotionally, how I feel so emotionally connected to this case, how we all do, and how it just breaks my heart thinking that they might never be found. Did anyone else catch how he said I didn't have anything to do with the murder? Yes. Yes. Hey DJs. Hello, how are you? Nice to see you. Come on in. Yeah, no, exactly. I just yeah, I caught that too, honey. Yeah. It's like he was I think did I not stop it? Maybe I was talking when I was muted. I've done that like 4 times today. I don't know. StreamYard and YouTube are really acting up this last couple of days. I spent 5-10 minutes this morning trying to get the thumbnail uploaded. I swear I verified it, only to find out 15 minutes before going on that one of them still didn't upload. She looks healthy and content. Yeah. Okay, let's watch. Anyways, I was very elated at the beginning of this, and it's not because, it's because I really hope there's justice for these kids. And if there's any way we're going to find them, and Daniel, in my opinion's involvement in it, it's going to be getting him to talk now that he's nervous after these arrests. So, if anything, this is the time to be the highest. And if we don't get results from that fairly soon, then I don't know, what's going to happen. Just my opinion, in my opinion. Okay, let's watch. Look at how cute she is. Oh my God, it just breaks my heart. And this is why, sorry, I just remembered, this is why sometimes, as sad as the Nancy Guthrie case is, um, it truly is. It's, an 84-year-old woman versus a 6 and a 4-year-old, someone who's lived a great life versus 2 innocent children. It's just a different animal. And I'm not saying, I mean, my father was the victim of crime. I'm not saying it's any less important. It's just really sad. From their basic age. Channel owners first. Yes, sweetie, go ahead. I mean, I can try to answer unless it's something that's inappropriate. Uh, really about them, to be honest. How about 9 months later? Any ideas where you think Jack and Lily are? Yeah, you'd have to go back to some of the videos I've done recently. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, you can go back, Wolfie, if you want, and go watch some videos. Because I've just done a couple recently. Okay, let's go.
They were very sweet kids. Lily's laughter, she was so exciting to be around. She was full of life.
Cute.
Jack, he would love his dinosaurs and he loved his little zoo animals.
Bye, sweetie.
He
No
would fight
worries.
those
No
for
worries.
a
Love ya.
long
Thank you.
time, and he would come like to the barn and he loved to see the horses, and yeah, they had a lot of fun. They were fun kids.
What was Lily like?
Very girly. She loved to scream.
Jeez, she looks like Cheryl a little bit there. Look at
She
that.
got
Just when they
excited
transition from one to the next, I see
very
it in the
girly,
eyes.
very girly. She loved to scream. She got excited easily. Loved her dolls.
Is that possible? Are they even related like that? Are they? I think they are. Maybe I'm just extrapolating here
She
today.
was just very
So
outgoing
cute.
and cutest little thing. Jack loves his dinosaurs. Loved to play with his toys. Jack was more quieter. He was on the quieter sides, but he loved to play with his sister. He'd get annoyed with his sister when she took his stuff, but they get along pretty good for the most part. Happy kids, very happy kids. Always excited. They were always clean. They loved their mom and they loved each other. They
Oh my
fought,
God, I want to
but they
cry.
loved each other.
I came over with some food one day, and Lily's a food hound. Like, she'd sit there and eat all day if you let her. And I just came up and sat at the table, and she just walked up to the table. She looked shy, but like she wanted to like come up still, and she just kind of like stood there and like stared at me. And Malaya was just like, she wants your food. And I was like, oh, okay. And I remember they always like
Somebody else want to cry? I swear I've got tears coming down my eyes right now. It's so sad. It's breaking my heart.
wanted to be held by Malaya as well.
Both very close with her.
Yes, very close with her.
I love you. I love you.
Do you have a favorite memory that you think of?
Going to the wildlife park, baking with Lily. She loved to bake because she liked to lick the frosting off the spoon. Just doing a lot of outdoor stuff with them, taking them places.
We went to the beach a lot. They liked the water. They played in the with the sand and we would make little sand castles with their baskets, and we had a Easter egg hunt at my place, and they were running around laughing, and I miss them calling me Nene, and we'd color and they play on their little tablets. I miss everything.
Oh my God, guys. I don't know anybody else bawling their eyes out. It's just, wow. To see them like that, it's just, wow. Oh, hang on, let me,
You're a friend. How is she doing?
oh boy.
Just trying to take it day by day.
So Angeline, you've been friends with Malaya since childhood.
Yep.
And Cheryl,
Yeah.
you're a friend, but also very close family as
Yeah.
well. Can you walk me through May 2nd when you learned they were missing?
I learned on a Facebook post. Me, my sister, and my friend were fishing, and I just happened to scroll Facebook, and I saw the post from the RCMP that Lily and Jack were missing, and we decided we would go over and help look for them. Before we got there, we thought that they would have.
Wow, I'm a little surprised. Sorry, everybody. We're gonna do a prayer at the end of this for them to play the song that Donna uh had done up for us. But I'm surprised that Malaya didn't text her. That's very interesting.
Found. These situations are usually resolved quickly.
How would you describe the scene that day?
Chaotic. It was very chaotic. It was busy. A lot of people. A lot of people, neighbors, friends, all kinds of different search and rescue. It was very stressful.
And that was your first time there?
Yeah.
Can you walk me through when you learned about their disappearance? Where were you?
I was at work when I learned about it. The notification popped up on my phone. I don't think I looked at it right away because I didn't look too deep into it. But then my coworker at lunchtime, she brought it up and she started reading like the whole thing out loud. And when she said the two names, I was like, hold on, like, wait a minute. And I just grabbed my phone and called Malaya. And I was like, are your kids missing? And she said yes. And she was very upset. Like, you could tell through the phone that she had been crying about it.
Yeah, and you were working. Did you go there that day?
I didn't that day, no.
And Cheryl, I mean, for you, you were there. How was she doing that day?
There was a lot of ups and downs. I think herself, she thought that the kids were going to be found and that it was going to be resolved fairly quickly. And I don't think it really set in until later that night that, something wasn't right.
And so the blanket that was found? Were you there when that was found?
I wasn't there when the blanket was found, but I was taken to where the blanket was found, and it was still in the tree at that point when we had walked up.
Can you walk me through that? What was the blanket? What was the deal there?
It was just a piece of Lily's blanket. I guess it was used to cover a hole that was in like the window or door where cold air was coming in. And the piece that was in the blanket was hung over the back railing, and the other piece was thrown out after they were done using it. I think late spring, and then it was found in the tree a couple kilometers up the road.
What did you think about that?
I found it odd, very odd, that it would go from the house to the tree.
I'll ask about the boot print. So, Angeline, you've been fixated on this case and know the details. What do you make of the boot print that matches Lily's foot size and boot print?
It was a clump of them. It wasn't like a trail leading up to like a set of footprints walking up anywheres. It was a clump.
Oh, so it was multiple footprints, not just one? Oh, okay. What's your impression of that, Cheryl?
Kind of the same as
Well, that's interesting. That's a very interesting. Thank you. Oh, thank you, honey. Appreciate you. That's interesting. You know, again, I don't pay as much attention to the other channels on the lies and everything else, but the clump of boots is very interesting. And that sort of makes me feel like they were taken from the house by ATV car, allegedly, in my opinion, and then transferred somewhere along the way. And that transfer, was that where the boot marks were? You know, video I saw parts were cut off. Oh, thanks. I'm glad to hear this is helpful.
Angeline. When you find a cluster of footprints just in the middle of the road, you're kind of looking around, wondering where the other footprints leading up to this cluster is. And there wasn't any.
And so these things, the blanket, the boot print, seem odd to you both.
Yeah.
So in terms of the RCMP investigation, Angeline, we'll start with you. What's your take on where that stands?
It's been slow. I don't know why it's been slow. Like, I don't know if it's because of the lack of evidence they might have, or if it's just because it's like a really peculiar case. I'm sure that's part of it. I'm just wondering that if they were able to step back and look at it from like maybe more of an abduction, like something more criminal, if they would make any more headway than what they have by viewing it as a missing persons case.
Do you believe it's criminal?
I think it's a possibility, and I do think that they should look into it so that it can be ruled completely off the table.
How would you describe the mood that day?
It was different. It was kind of odd, I guess. For the situation, I didn't really know what to expect. It was different.
How was it odd?
A lot of controversy, a lot of family issues, a lot of family dynamics. Like I said, it was my first time over there. Never met anybody over there. Just didn't feel very welcoming.
Do you want to speak to why you had?
Sorry, DJ. I saw you asked if you could ask a question, but I didn't see the actual question. Donna, I'm not crying. Would it be okay if I drop my link in the chat where the moderators, I'm going to be talking about case as we started off well so far, which is a good sign. Oh, you want because you got a channel, DJ? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Here, let me pull your, what's your channel name? Throw the link in and we'll show this, we'll pull it up. You're welcome. When are you going to go live? And we'll let everybody know. We've done that for other people here. We're not mean. Try not to be. It's the name on the screen. Okay. DJ's allegedly, in my opinion, true crime. Let's pull up DJ's allegedly true crime. Trying to find you. I'm not finding you. Can you put the link in? Yeah, you have to get a certain amount of people. I'm just trying to find you, hun. Put the link in if you can, because sometimes even looking for them, I'm not finding it. Donna or somebody else, can you look for it so we can keep going and we can drop it in for them? No, we've helped other people here. I don't mind helping other people. Oh, he can't link without being a mod. Okay, hang on. Let me try again. DJ's true crime. Allegedly, in my opinion, true crime. What is wrong? Why is it not? I'm going to try to go out of YouTube and I don't understand why it's being true crime. You can't find it either? Yeah, me neither. True crime 1998. Hmm. So weird. It's not coming up. If anybody can find it or send an email and next time you come in the live, remind me and I'll go to the email with the link. But I can't find it, honey, but we tried. Thank you for being here. Everybody go check it out.
Been over there?
Kind of lost touch with Malaya after she had moved over there. And I feel bad about not keeping in touch with her, but I didn't know how else to get a hold of her.
What were you surprised about when you got there?
The conditions that the
Oops, hang on. Trying to turn the volume up.
kids were living in. Things that we had learned through looking for the kids.
A lot of the speculation has been, why did Malaya and her family leave and not come back?
Mm-hmm.
Anything you'd like to say about why that decision was made?
She had left because we weren't leaving her there.
What concerned you the most?
Just the condition of the house. I mean, I know that not everybody has a fancy house, not everybody is rich, but there's things that you can do to improve your living conditions. Yeah, because she never grew up that way. Her mom always had a nice, clean house, and her grandmother always had a nice, clean house too. And that's how she was. That's what she was.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm very familiar with her too. Like, I'd be going over and she'd be like in the middle of like cleaning or doing some type of like chore for the day.
And
I wonder if she was depressed.
so how are you supporting her now through this?
She.
Oh, thank you, Donna.
Every day
Thank you, Donna.
went missing. We just try to help her and guide her in the right direction and give her the hope that the kids will be found.
Thank you, Donna.
Yeah,
Step up to
the
DJs.
support that she needs to like navigate it, either like emotionally or just us being there, like talking about what she could do and like how it might be like a benefit.
Yeah.
How is she doing?
Not great. I've noticed a significant decrease in her weight since the kids have gone missing. She's just trying to take it day by day.
Okay. And so how did the rest of that week go?
It was hard, especially the 6th day when they scaled back the search and gave the briefing that they did. It was hard to hear that, but we never gave up the hope of finding them. And we still don't.
And I understand there was a request for an Amber Alert.
Yes.
Can you tell me about that?
We had asked for an Amber Alert a few hours after the kids had went missing, and we were told that they were working on it. So they had to send it to their supervisor, whoever deals with the Amber Alerts, and it come back saying that it didn't meet the criteria because apparently you have to have like a suspect or reason to believe that they could have been abducted. So all we got was a vulnerable missing person alert, and it only went to Pictou County, Antigonish, and Truro, I believe. So it didn't even go like Nova Scotia wide, just those 3 areas. So that
Again, Jesus, the system needs to change. Jeez, it needs to change. Thank you everybody for supporting DJ. And yeah, I could have told you DJ was male because I could tell if you feel the energy. Oh, you're very welcome, my dear. Good luck. The YouTube world is interesting, so be persistent. You are you're very welcome, Donna. Okay, so uh, thank you everybody. I love you all for being supportive. Leanne, I hope you don't mind, but I was doing my pendulum as he was being interviewed, and what I got was that when he was seen driving at 1:30 Friday morning is when he did away with the bodies. Interesting, honey. Interesting. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. It's just it's we've got 11 more minutes to this interview, 11 and a half more minutes to this interview. I'm going to pull some cards and then we're going to do a prayer and then we're going to call it a day.
was pretty disappointing.
So you were told there would be an Amber Alert
Yeah,
coming.
yeah, yeah. They said they were like we'd ask them every hour, and a lady would tell us that they were working on it, and yeah, and then we never got one. We were disappointed, but it also gave us reason to think that they thought they were in the woods and that they were going to be found, and that nobody took them.
And you've both been out there. We met at the volunteer search back in November. What were your impressions going back to the scene then?
I almost felt sick. We were hoping that we would be able to find them to have some type of closure to the case. But being out there gave us a little more insight of the area where it wasn't as busy that day as it was on May 2nd. So we were able to really look around and get a feel for, what the woods was really like.
And so leaving there, what did you feel?
We felt a lot of disappointment, but also a lot of relief. We didn't find them, so it gave us hope that they're still okay.
Did you leave there with the impression they weren't in the woods?
Yes. Yeah.
That's a statement, isn't it? Did you leave there with the impression? Yeah, you're always welcome here, my dear. Yes. Did you leave them with were you left with the impression that they were not in the woods? And she said yes. That's a very telling statement.
A lot of disappointment, but also a lot of relief. we didn't find them, so it gave us hope that they're still okay.
Did you leave there with the impression they weren't in the woods?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you go through the woods with the lens of two little children navigating that and whether that would be possible?
We did, like the cliffs and the hills and the water, and the amount of times that we had fallen. A number of us fell. There was a few injuries through different teams. Yeah, it's hard to think that they could have
Yeah, and
navigated any.
thank you, Wolfie, as well, because Wolfie, you were out there that day too. I don't know, Wolfie, if you're still in the chat, but if you are, thank you for your search efforts on that day as well. With Please Bring Me Home.
Further than a kilometer, really.
And so now that we're more than 8 months into this case, how is everyone doing with this?
It seems like it gets worse every day.
Frustration comes to mind, especially when you sit there and you kind of feel like your hands are tied, and how much that you can do. Like, how many times can you go out and search a woods? You feel limited on the types of things that you can do.
What keeps you up at night?
I feel like it's just trying to piece together like what happened, because if maybe you could figure that out, then like you would know where they might be. But it's just the not knowing.
We don't really have any direction, so we're not sure which way to go. There's a lot of components to this case, and you worry about if you're missing something, or if you know something that's, little that could matter.
What's not adding up for you?
The whole case.
Anything in particular?
The different.
Or Cheryl looks like she's looking to the friend to say, can you answer a few questions here? And the friend's not looking as comfortable as, she doesn't want to maybe talk too hard. It is hard to watch, Dion. It is hard to watch. It's very emotional. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Keep going.
Stories we've heard over the last several months. If you don't know what happened, then there shouldn't be any stories. It should be, I don't know. And yeah, it's very frustrating when you have so many different people telling so many different stories. It makes it hard.
Is she talking about Durwood and Darren, or Darren and Daniel here? Or yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it's hard to watch everybody.
To figure out what really happened.
Let's dive into that. So stories are being shared, lots of speculation online, particularly YouTube shows.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. What's that been like?
The internet can be a great thing, but it also can be a really terrible thing. We have met some really great people through this whole tragedy, and we've also met some really mean, nasty people. There's a lot of speculation, a lot of theories, a lot of blame. Yeah, it's been really hard.
It's definitely toxic is the word to use, and frustrating. It can take away from the main point of the case. But at the same time, at the end of the day, I guess you don't know what little thing might come up on there that could actually benefit it.
How has it affected your life?
Probably in the fact that it's can be time consuming.
I've had people post my address online. I've had people
Guys,
across.
who's been doing that shit? See, ugh. It is, Cindy. You're right. Like, listen, make no bones about it. I've left and like I've been so frustrated with it myself, the true crime community. It's part of the reason I've left and come back and just said, F it. Like it's that sometimes it's just a doggone disgusting. There is absolutely, I'm not going to make excuses for some other creators. And I'm sure some of them think that about me sometimes. And it's just, there is that side of it. It's absolutely. And I find it's worse with kids. Definitely Jack and Lily and Sebastian are worse than other cases.
Road.
In just my opinion and my experience.
Take pictures of my house. Just a lot of nasty things. In the beginning, a lot of people blamed us for having the kids. A lot of people don't know the dynamics around the situation and know that we didn't speak to Malaya for almost 2 years prior to the kids going missing. We didn't know
Oh,
where she lived.
I didn't know that. I did not know that. Hence why Malay didn't text her. Interesting. I didn't know that.
For you, Angeline, seeing your best friend going through this, what's that like for you?
Jesus.
It's definitely highlighted how seeing how her world has like turned upside down.
He definitely, that's a sign of isolating, I mean, in abusive relationships, to distance from family and the embarrassment and the shame subconsciously and not wanting to see how she was living is very sad.
It also, it's where I look at the social media a lot. It's seeing the lack of like empathy or like the lack of people wanting to be open-minded and understanding and like constantly blame her. I find that's what really bothers me the most. But at the end of the day, like they don't know her. I know her. I'm a stranger to them. Like, how are they going to trust my word? And you have people who turn around and say, well, you think you might know someone. So it feels like a never ending battle. And um, she's not a bad person. She's not a bad mom.
I guess if you know Malaya, you would know that that isn't out of the ordinary for her. That's just who she is. She was always quiet. She was never a confrontational person. She's like very shy. She only likes to talk to certain people. She doesn't like to broadcast herself. She's just, if you know her, then that's just the way she is. And I know that her behavior to a lot of people may seem odd, may seem different, and it may not be what a lot of people would do if their two kids were missing. But until you're in that situation, you really don't know how you would act. A lot of the speculation is towards Malaya, that Malaya knows where the kids are, that she had something to do with their disappearance. Some people have even gone as far as to say that she murdered them, or that they're on the reserve being hidden, which is absolutely insane. If people don't think that the RCMP haven't looked into that after 8 months is it's just beyond me.
And how does the intense
When she says it that way, it sounds pretty ludicrous, doesn't it? There's a lot of cases. Sebastian Rogers also disappeared without vanished. I mean, we may have our opinions and theories, but Elizabeth Smart, there's a lot of kids that have vanished from their bedrooms in the middle of the night with not a trace of them. And some of them have proven to be legit kidnappings.
spotlight internationally for this case contribute to that?
In some aspect, we think it's good because we want to keep them out there. We want people to see them, especially if somebody did take them and somebody just happens to see them and then sees that they're online, or if Jack and Lily are watching TV themselves and they see somebody and know that, somebody's looking for them.
Yeah, good point. I was originally going to do cards at the end of this, but I really feel like the energy is not appropriate. These are brilliant interviews. And the emotional component is not justified to do readings after this, in my opinion. I did them at the beginning of this. We really just wanted to get into Daniel's head. We did that you want another one, I can, but we're going to listen to this and go straight to the music and end in the prayer and do honor for these kids.
That we're still looking.
Yeah. What would you like the public to know?
We'd like them to know that we're still looking for Jack and Lilly, and just because we're not online broadcasting everything that we do doesn't mean that we're sitting behind the scenes not doing anything, because we've done our own searches. We've done posters, we've done, you know, a lot of things behind the scenes, but we don't feel the need to have to tell the internet and the public everything that we're doing to keep their name out there. We're not looking for the attention. We're trying to keep the focus on Jack and Lilly.
As the 1-year anniversary hovers there, what's the goal going towards that?
To hopefully find them before that. A year is a long time, and it's hard to believe we're almost at that point. It's hard not knowing. It's hard to think that they possibly could be in the woods and that we may have missed them, or that somebody took them and we, you know, they could be anywheres after 8 months, or, you know, the possibility of somebody hurting them. It just, all those things you think about constantly.
Do you ever have a day when you think, okay, this must be what happened? Or
All
is it
the time, yeah. And then
does that change?
It does, yeah. You always see something new and you're like, oh, well, maybe this happened. And then you go back to square one, and yeah, we're almost at a dead end, basically.
But when it comes down to it, it's just not adding up.
No. It didn't from day one.
Cheryl, what's making you tear up right now?
It's just hard.
You try to hold it together. How much of your day is spent holding it together? I mean, you're there with Malaya constantly.
Yeah. When I'm at work, I'm okay.
You keep working to keep some level of normalcy.
Yeah. You have to.
What has this done to the family?
I feel like it's the only thing they think about.
Yeah.
Is when they'll have some kind of good news from the RCMP.
In an aspect, it's kind of brought everybody closer, and we all have one main focus, and it's to find Lily and Jack and hopefully find answers as to what happened to them.
Let's go into prayers for 6 minutes for Jack and Lilly, please, everybody.
Across the quiet fields where the snow begins to fall, a silent question echoes down each and every hall. From the Atlantic shore where are all the children in Canada tonight? Underneath the northern lights, hidden from our sight, we keep a candle burning, a constant. Where the cold winds blow, be safe, little one, wherever you may be. The heroes that you need, I hope hoping to set you free. We trace the river valleys, we climb the mountains high, sending up a whisper to the vast and endless sky. A drawing left unfinished, a favorite teddy bear, gentle reminder staff hanging in the air. A parent's heart is aching, refusing to give in, praying for the day when the searching finally ends and they can hold them again. Where are all the children in Canada tonight? Underneath the northern lights, hidden from our sight, we keep a candle burning, a constant, faithful glow, hoping that they feel the love where the cold winds blow. Be safe, little one, wherever you may be. The heroes that you need are hoping to set you free. Does the silence feel too heavy? Do the shadows look too deep? Remember all the promises the family meant to keep. We are looking, we are trying, across this spacious land. We need strong hands to help us. We need everyone to stand. Where are all the children in Canada tonight? Underneath the northern lights, hidden from our side, we keep a candle burning, a constant, faithful glow, hoping that they feel the love where the cold winds blow. Be safe, little one, wherever you may be. The heroes that you need are coming, waiting to set you free. To the parents waiting by the phone, you are not in this alone. Bring them home, bring them home. Let our heroes rise. His grandma was watching him boots planted. Creek searched, no neighborhood were checked. No cameras were looked at. No geofencing used. His grandma just turned around for 18 seconds and then little Dylan went poof. Truro police looked for 6 days. Why weren't the planted boots checked for fingerprints? Or even DNA? Dylan's mom don't speak to her mom anymore. Was it traffickers? Or did neglected to check all avenues because they choose to check the easiest thing was the body of water? He is still missing. Does he wonder if his family is looking? Does he still remember his daddy's voice? Does he cry at night when it's dark and scary? Why cannot Canada do better by the children? They need heroes to come along and bring this children back. They need their parents to hold them tight. Stand up, Truro. And the RCMP, throw those guilty, sick members of your offices and government out the damn door. Our children need a hero. Let it be you!
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Peace out. We will see you tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, 11 light.